Hi, and welcome to the Spotlight interviews. And so we'll start the questions by very basic ones. We'll ask you to please tell us your name, where do you live, and what do you do?
Yeah, my name is Macharia Joroge. I'm also known as Samuel in the professional circles. I am the director of championing for inclusive communities in Kenya, and I'm also a fellow with Transforming Communities Global. We advocate for the rights of persons with psychosocial disabilities in the communities. Because of the historical injustice, a lot of stigma and discrimination perpetrated towards persons with psychosocial disabilities in all areas. So, and our key thematic areas are access to justice, peer support, and inclusion to communicate to the communities, whereby because of the exclusive policies and legislations, we find that either people are taken out of their communities and incarcerated into institutions, and others are left out. They don't access quality education. Others do not access even healthy diet, housing, and clean water. And they are always left in abject poverty due to the nature of their disabilities and the social barriers attributed to that and various forms of human rights violation.
Thank you, Samuel. Thank you for that answer. Okay, and now we wanted to ask you if you could please tell us what you've been doing, as in your work, in your advocacy, to promote deinstitutionalization in your country.
Okay, for one, it coincided with the launching of the Mental Health Amendment Act because Kenya is a former British colonial country, and we had a Mental Health Act, which was very, very discriminative. It was set so that they could establish institutions whereby through incarceration, people find out the atrocities and derogatory treatment in those institutions. And also that included forced treatment. And we are trying now to adapt and also to popularize the deinstitutionalization guidelines in our country. Because we believe that care and treatment and other services should not be offered to people who are taken out of their communities. They can be given within a community that a person is living in. Otherwise, when we take people out of their communities, it is actually the opposite, whereby there'll be institutionalized human rights abuses, and there is no complaint mechanism, and then people got lost either in the institutions or in the criminal justice system because of being sidelined from the mainstream community. So we are trying to do stakeholders meetings, we are doing publication, and also running a social media campaign under the Enable What We Need campaign that is facilitated by the TCI-Global, where I am doing my fellowship with.
Thank you, Samuel. So you mentioned the DI guidelines right now in your response, and we wanted to ask you if, how do you plan to use these guidelines again in your work and your advocacy? So if you could tell us about that.
We will use the guidelines sort of to prepare messages that we are going to send to our government and to all the stakeholders across and the duty bearers and everybody who is concerned with the field of people with psychosocial disabilities. And we're also going to do publications. We're also going to prepare our position paper, which are going to launch very soon to the stakeholders. And it will talk about the institutionalization guidelines and how we intend to use the guidelines to inform and educate even the public and the need to offer services and include persons with psychosocial disabilities in their communities as opposed to the institutions, and what is contained in the Mental Health Amendment Act, because it actually opposes what is in that act.
Thank you, Samuel. Thank you for giving us your time. and all the best with everything that you've mentioned right now.
Thank you very much, Richa.